we see Yemen's Houthis coming in and declaring that they have officially joined the war as of last weekend. We've also seen Hezbollah in southern Lebanon trying to fend off this ground invasion by Israel, and of course Iran and IRGC Navy as well as airspace. Donald Trump says that he has decimated these forces. How much of that would be accurate? And the center point of the Iranian defensive, I would say, is the Shahed drones. Now, this piece of technology or this creation, this item has been so important in this war leading up that Iran is trying to defend against two nuclear powers. Of course, I'm talking about United States and the state of Israel. And not only so, a leader from Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, had recently made travel plans towards Middle Eastern nations, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, as well as Kuwait, and today, as the news suggests, inside Jordan. This person, of course, is involved in the Russia-Ukraine war of the last 4 years, in which Russia has used these Shahed tribe drones. Understanding the need for experience and how he has handled this kind of warfare, he is now visiting these Middle Eastern nations so that they could also learn and create a defense cooperation ties. So I want to ask Professor Amina Mohsin, what do you think about this strategy? We have Russia, Ukraine on one side. We also have US and Israel trying to attack Iran. What do you think?
No, look, it's a very, I mean, these are, all wars are unnecessary. And this is also a very unnecessary war. See, Iran is seriously thinking of withdrawing from the NPT. And one can't blame Iran for that if they do withdraw. So, at the, when the COVID was on, we all had thought that maybe the world would be much more humanitarian after in the post-COVID period. But right after the war, after the end of the COVID, we saw the world plunging into major wars. And this war, I mean, if you look at it geopolitically as well as geoeconomically, this is a very dangerous situation. And the Middle Eastern countries, you look at the United States, it has 800 military bases over the world. I think Europe has done it very rightly to say that it is not their war.
They have made it very clear.
They have made it very clear, and we know that US is very upset about it. But one has to understand that fundamental shifts are taking place in geopolitics, and US is unable to leverage the kind of pressure that it expected or that it thought that it would be able to extract from its allies. And quite rightly so, because if you look at the world today, it's a multipolar world. And it's not only politically, economically connected, but climatically or environmentally also it is connected. Look at the environmental effect that this war would create. And this polarization of the world, Zelensky, I don't understand why he doesn't learn his lessons. I mean, and also the Middle Eastern countries which are dependent, very sadfully, totally on the United States for their security.
Right. And so it has failed because the security moved towards Israel more than these Middle Eastern nations.
And they have to understand that this is not a world. I mean, they are not the sole custodians of the Muslim heritage. I mean, there is this Asia also, the other part of the world also, and how they are viewing them. And Iran, I mean, it is a direct challenge, not only an ideological challenge to the West, its system is also a challenge to the United States. And the way the war is being fought, I mean, it is today it is 31 days down the lane. And you can see that they have been unable to unnerve or bring about cracks within the Iranian system. So one has to look at the different conceptions of warfare also. Like you were talking about, boot soldiers in the field. Americans dread that.
Right.
And we have seen like it is one thing to win a war, win a battle, and it is another thing to win the war. We have seen what happened in Afghanistan, what happened in Iraq, Vietnam. is a big
Some
lesson.
decades back, yes.
Yes. So it will, I mean, maybe the US, because of its superior military technology or might, it might be able to win small battles, but in the ultimate analysis, it is Iran which is winning the war. I'm talking about, the making a distinction between battle and war.
Right.
And Iran, I mean, this is a civilization. It is a civilizational history of more than 6,000 years. It's not an artificial state. It is not Venezuela.
Right.
We have to remember that. And for the first time after Hazrat Ali, this is, I mean, they are the Shia community. This is for the first time they have a supreme leader who was assassinated, and this is martyrdom.
To them, it is martyrdom, and martyrdom is very important to them.
It is very important to them. And Iranians may have their differences between them. They might not, there are people who might, I mean, I'm talking people who are inside Iran, they might want flexibility within the region, the regime. But it is another thing to be attacked and their supreme leader to be killed.
Right.
And the soldiers, the revolutionary soldiers, they are ready to, lay down their lives. So, and if you look at Iran's geography is in Iran's favor.
Right. The terrain is mountainous terrain.
Mountainous terrain, and Iran has got depth of territory. So, it would turn out to be a war of attrition where you bleed the other side.
Right.
And what happened in Afghanistan, that should be a big lesson for the United States. What happened in Vietnam, what happened in Laos, small country like Laos. I mean, so one has to keep these things in mind. I think European countries have taken their lessons from those wars. But United States, I wouldn't put the entire United States, this particular regime in the United States maybe is looking at it in a different way. But I would say geopolitically the balance is tilting in favor of Iran, and there is something called public perception also. If you want to claim yourself as a superpower, you need to have that kind of support also. People that other
Right.
countries look up to you.
The restraint, the ability to show restraint.
The restraint, the responsibility. When your leader speaks, I mean, your words have to be credible.
Right.
But at this point of time, unfortunately, the United States is not acting like a responsible power. And Normal himself said that the people in the United States are at a loss to understand that why they are there.